Shadows. What is a shadow? A shadow is an area where direct light source cannot reach, because it is obstructed by an object. How a shadow is formed. Allow the light to fall on the table. Now place a book between the lamp and the table. You notice that the dark area is formed on the table behind the book. This is the shadow of the book, and it is formed because the book is opaque, and it obstructs light from passing through it. The shape of the shadow depends on the following factors: shape of the object, distance and position of the light source, and the size of the light source. Now, if we consider the sun to be the main source of light, we will observe that sunlight causes objects to cast shadows in various sizes, in different times of the day. That is, the shadow of an object placed under sunlight changes in length and direction during the day as the sun changes its position in the sky. Let us perform the following activity to understand how a shadow is formed due to point source of light. You will need a ball, a light source, cardboard box, screen, and a base. Place the light source on one end of the table, and the screen at the other end. Cover the light with the cardboard box. Make a small hole at one side of the box, and allow the light to pass through it. Now place the ball between the source light and the screen, so that a sharp dark shadow of the ball is formed on the screen. Let us consider the source light to be at point P. When the rays of light travels from the point P to the screen, they are obstructed by the ball at the points A and B. Therefore, the rays PA and PB fall on the screen at the points X and Y respectively, and the area between X and Y on the screen is dark. If you take the ball nearer to the screen, the shadow becomes smaller, and if you take it away from the screen, the shadow becomes larger. Now, if you see another object instead of a ball, for example, a toy car, you will notice that the shape of the shadow will also change. We can perform the same experiment using a large source of light. In such a case, where the source of light is larger, the shadow formed on the screen has two parts: umbra and penumbra. The innermost and the darkest part, that is the part between X and Y, which does not receive any light, is umbra. The region outside the umbra, in which only a portion of light source is obstructed by the object, is the penumbra. The region outside the penumbra receives light from the entire source, and is bright. Shadows of flying objects. When you try to locate the shadow of a flying object, for example, a bird or an airplane, which is flying high up in the air, in sunlight, you will not be able to locate a shadow. That is because, when the flying object obstructs sunlight, it is high up in the air, and therefore, its umbra does not reach the earth. The penumbra is formed, but it is so faint that it is not visible to the naked eye. The two reasons why the shadow of a flying object is not formed are: the sun is a very large source of light. Therefore, a very small umbra is formed when the bird obstructs the light. There is a large distance between the flying object and the ground. On the other hand, if the bird is flying low, for example, her height of 2 or 3 feet above the ground, the shadow of the bird can be easily visible on the ground.